sa my one and only radio station.
Nasaan man ako, isa lang ang radyo ko, dahil more talaga dito sa aking paborito.
More tawanan, more tugtugan, more kwentuhan, more kulitan, more kakilala, more kaibigan, more fun, more kasiyahan.
Ano man ang ginagawa, sino man ang iyong kasama, kami ang iyong barkada, saan man sulok ng bansa.
My only radio for life. With you I'll never have to be alone.
I'll never have to be
My
alone.
only radio for life. You're the best friend that I've ever known.
My only radio.
Magbago man ang ikot ng mundo, one thing that I know, you are my only radio. You are my only radio for life.
Dear MOR.
Bari bang hello, Ikabisyo! Alauna na, drama na! Ito yung kauna-unahang launch sa Pilipinas ng isang radio drama. The Drama Special!
Schrödinger's Cat, a radio drama script for creative writing. The members are Chris Angel Del Rosario, Trix Mikey Katapang, Eljan Manayon, J. Ann Rodriguez, Josh David Penetrante, Maria Luisa Rosales, and Red Stephen Joaquin Mendez. The fictitious feline is famous for being alive and dead at the same time, as long as it remains hidden inside a box. It is a thought experiment, sometimes described as a paradox, devised by Austrian-Irish physicist Erwin Schrödinger in 1935 during the course of discussion with Albert Einstein. It illustrates what he saw as a problem of the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics. The scenario presents a hypothetical cat that may be simultaneously both alive and dead, a state known as a quantum superposition, as a result of being linked to a random subatomic event that may or may not occur. Schrödinger's cat. Alice is in a room of solid white, its walls seemingly engulfing the little boy. The very, very white, and nothing special or anything striking to be seen. It had no windows, just walls, a vent and a single door. Alice is a boy of age 13. He had brown eyes, brown curly hair, and he was thin and scrawny looking. Alice is a very lonely boy. He had no one to talk to, nor anything exciting he could do inside the empty white room, except watching the same old TV shows playing over and over again in the old box TV. Aside from that, he also relieves his bedroom by wiping the candy jar he adored very much squeaky clean. Sometimes, when he grows too weary of doing those stuff, he spends his time eating the candies from the jar and daydream. He dreams of getting out of the room. He imagines himself alive.
I wonder what it would be like to be outside, free from trappings of this poor world.
Alice wondered and pondered. He spent the whole afternoon daydreaming. Alice's thoughts ran far and wide. He couldn't figure out what was outside, but it intrigued him. Midnight came and he was still awake. His imagination kept running like overflowing water that just never stops. But his trail of thoughts was broken when he heard 3 soft knocks on the mahogany door.
Who could this person be? I doubt that this would be Mrs. Administrator. She only visits me on Monday for the candies I take. More so, how can that person get past the guard? I tried to escape multiple times but the guard always caught me.
The creature knocks again. Alice froze. His chest tightened as he held his breath, afraid that the creature might hear him. After a moment's silence, he heard it knock again. But this time, together with a voice from the other side, calling,
Hello? Can you open the door, please?
Who are you? How did you get past the guard?
Can you please open up the door so we could talk formally? I assure you, I am harmless.
How can I be sure?
Oh, believe me, dear, you wouldn't figure me as one if you could just open up the door and see for yourself.
Alice slowly creeps towards the door. The floor was cemented, but he can imagine hearing it creaking, just like how it did on the television. He grabs hold of the knob, sweating and his heart beating fast. Alice slowly twisted it. Alice peeked, but he saw no one, no figure, no silhouette. He was relieved, thankful.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, will you please look down? I'm right below you.
Alice took multiple steps backward until he stumbled his own feet and fell on the floor. A loud fall it was. Realizing the commotion he created, Alice covered his mouth in shock, as though it would silence the noises he had just created. His eyes grew wide as he watched the black cat inviting himself inside his room.
Now, nothing to fear, young lad. Settle down.
You're a cat.
Obviously, yes.
A talking one.
Oh, Lord.
How can you tell me to stay calm, huh?
The cat sat in front of Alice. It glanced at him for a couple of seconds with its doe-eyed gaze, slightly tilting its head.
Fair point. Then, do you prefer me in my other form?
Do you have another form? Can you transform into human?
Of course. I can, idiot. I was born a cat and will always remain as one, even in my grave. Now, if you don't mind, if you bothered by being with a talking cat, then I suppose you prefer staying in this room.
Wait! Take me with you.
The creature's lips quirked upward into a mysterious smile, its eyes eyeing Alice with armed mischief.
Well then, follow me.
Majestic, carefree, and joyous, the cat led the way. Alice followed carelessly. As they were walking down the dim-lighted hallway, he heard voices from a distance approaching. Those were very familiar voices, for those were the only voices he knew aside from voices of the people inside the TV, the guard, and the administrators.
What do you mean? There's something that happened. Where's the boy?
Well, Mom, he is gone.
Gone? He can't be gone. Where is he?
Cat! I think they're approaching us. What do we do? What if I get caught? I'll be locked in here forever.
Relax, boy. You're going to be fine. They won't find us.
Are you sure?
More than I'll ever be. Come, child, follow me.
The cat beckons Alice and he follows. The cat led him outside the place where they locked him up. Alice has never felt so happy and free in his whole life. He saw trees, the sky, flowers, and many different things.
Whoa! This is really it? I'm outside! Haha! This is just like those things they show on TV, but better!
You're amazed with this?
The cat looks around.
You know, I can take you to a better place.
Really, Cat? You will? Can you please take me? Take me!
And the cat did. They walked for hours and hours, almost never stopping. Alice grew tired. He is so exhausted he couldn't feel his feet carrying his weight as if he was floating.
Where are we going, Cat?
Oh, wherever our home, or in our case, it will take us, Elise.
How did you know my name?
We've been talking together for hours. Surely you must told me.
Alice halts and eyes the cat suspiciously. He recollected his thoughts very carefully, never missing any detail. He'd done it over and over again, whilst the cat continued on walking. After a few minutes, he spoke.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Elise, now you're just being ridiculous. Would you look at that? Elise, come.
What's it?
Alice approaches the cat who is pointing at something. Someone. He couldn't fully figure out what it is, but he did see that the road led to a bright, foggy place.
Look at it. We're finally here.
What's that?
Our destination.
What? What? Our destination? Is that you were going to lead me?
Yes. Elise, don't you think it'll be fun? There's a lot of lonely boys like you there. Too, and you get to play with them. Do you want that?
Really? Well then, yes, I do. Take me there, Cat.
The cat smiled and walked together with Alice towards the light. But suddenly, a flapping was heard and an owl appeared, flying towards Alice. The owl was making some noises, and at first, Alice thought he was being crazy again. But as the owl neared, the noise got clearer, and it was evident that the owl was talking, also talking.
Alice, no! Don't do it!
And now, talking now. What is with all of this? What's happening?
Alice, you're gonna die!
Wait, what? I'm going to die? What do you mean? What's happening, Cat? Can you explain this to me?
Alice looked at the cat, but he was met with shock. The cat looked somber, gazing at Alice with dead, dull eyes.
You're gone, Elise. Haven't you forgotten? Or you haven't realized it yet? You overdosed on your pills. You're dead. What can you do?
No! This can't be true. You're lying. I'm not dead. Look at my hands, my arms. It's human.
Alice looks at his hands, but he notices that it has become translucent. He looks at the cat, and it is fading.
Is it true? You're dead.
No, it can't be. I can't be dead. How did this happen?
Alice looks at his owl, his eyes bleeding.
Get yourself together, Alice. In this state, you are either dead or alive. Whatever the outcome will be, this is entirely up to you.
What? I don't even know what to do. Help me.
I'm sorry, Alice. There's nothing I can do. I'm just here to stop the cat from bringing you to the alarm place. In this situation, I have no control. It is not the duty of spirits like me to interfere with the problems of your kind. You are forbidden to do so. But don't worry, Alice. They are doing the best they can to bring me back there.
The owl disappears. Alice cried and screamed for the cat and the owl, but he heard nothing in response. Suddenly, the fog started moving towards him. Alice screamed and ran as fast as he could, but the fog followed him.
We're losing him. Doc, his blood pressure dropping his heart rate.
No, this boy needs to live. Alice needs to live.
Every time he accelerates, The fog quickens its pace until it finally catches Alice. The fog surrounded him and swallowed Alice whole. The boy cried and cried until no sound could finally be heard from him. The fog dispersed and no traces of Alice could be found. He disappeared out of the blue, just like how the cat appeared to him.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Patient 777 is dead.
No! No, no, no. What do you mean? It can't be.
Time of death, 3:17 a.m. Cause, cardiac arrest.
This can't be. I've worked on this boy for so long. He couldn't just died. I almost had him.
There was a long pause. Alice awoke at the sight of the white ceiling above him. It was so white, so similar to the ones he had in his chamber. His eyesight is still blurry, still adjusting to the light, but he can hear some beepings, strange machine noises, hospital paraphernalias, and gasps. He looked around the room. He figured he's in the clinic Mrs. Administrator talks about. She said it was where Alice will be sent to when he becomes sick, but he never was. Not until now.
My God. Doctor, do you see it? Patient 77 is awake. He's alive.
Yes, I do. This is a miracle. How can a boy who just had a flatline live again?
Schrödinger's cat.
Ito again sa MOR
101.9
My Only Radio for Life.